of a nice single-family home for a middle-class person and a car, a couple of cars, is now becoming almost completely out of reach for a person in an expensive blue state metro area, San Francisco, Boston, greater New York. But in a red state, because they have these extraction economies, because they've benefited from the energy boom, because of fracking, because they can build houses like wild anywhere, housing is cheap, and for a person, a working person, they can still afford to have a decent house and a car and have that old leave it to beaver American dream. Trouble is, and I think this is the hook in the piece, trouble is, that old version of the American dream in the red states isn't sustainable, because an energy extraction, build a bunch of housing economy is not a real economy at all. It's the blue state knowledge economies, innovation economies, which is our future, but it's expensive to live there, and it's also very expensive to run those economies. So that's the dilemma our nation faces.
Play this out. If things go down the track they're going on, where these blue states with knowledge economies that are more dense and more expensive to live in continue down that road, and red states continue with the way they're going, where does that lead us?
So the red states have a cheap growth model. You know, it's energy, it's pull it out of the ground, it's build out in that suburban sprawl, and they can do that and have low taxes. The blue states and the blue metros, the big cities that really are the centers of innovation, the San Franciscos, the New Yorks, the Bostons, not only are dense, not only is housing expensive, they have to support those knowledge institutions. They have to pay for those state universities. They have growing inequality. They've got to pay those transfer payments. They've got to pay for transit system and rail systems to get people around. So their shrinking dream is really a product of a more expensive economy. What I fear, and I think what really worries me, is that this fiction of the old red state American dream is very captivating. I quote, Rick Perry saying, that's how he's going to run his next campaign. He's going to show people the low cost, low tax Texas miracle is the way for the country. Maybe it's the way for Texas. Maybe it's the way for some of the red states, but I fear it will eat our seed corn. We'll really threaten, that divide will threaten the investments we need to make in innovation, in great universities, in developing our people with education, in adding transit and infrastructure, a horrible deficit we're struggling with.
Yeah.
I think that's what that threatens. So our future has to be on knowledge, but that knowledge economy isn't delivering the dream, and people are getting frustrated.